That's a
it
great
to,
name,
yeah.
James Wesley.
I thought so.
But you've
too.
also changed your name or used pseudonyms for like voiceover work, like Dragon Ball. Didn't you like use a different name?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Yeah.
Will I?
Yeah.
Why does
yeah.
that get you in trouble?
Well, because I changed my name. I just didn't want any credit on Dragon Ball because I wanted it just to be known to people at conventions, to like real Dragon Ball super fans that I meet at conventions, because I was getting, people were coming up in my line going, what happened with that film? I was in this really not a good live action Dragon Ball movie called Dragon Ball Evolution. And
It wasn't good.
oh boy, was it not good. It was really,
Was the experience at least good?
Offensively bad.
Really?
Oh my God.
I never heard of it.
Thank God. That's the one good thing about the movie, is that not a lot of people saw it. And if anyone's watching, and everyone is, don't go see that film. So
Does the director get mad when you say that?
Well, he was a good guy, and he did a lot of good movies, but that was not one of them. I think he knows it too. I think we all know it. It's impossible not to.
Did you have to promote it when it came out?
Oh yeah. Oh, we went all over the world. We went to, oh my God, we went to Japan, and they were very quiet. You know, there's like 5,000 people watching the movie, and there was like very polite applause. And I was like, well, they weren't very excited about us, because I was still in denial. Maybe this is a good film. You know how
Oh, so yeah, in the beginning, you're like, oh wait, maybe I'm just too close to it.
Exactly.
And then you realize quickly, what's that feeling like when there's 5,000 people in an audience and they're not responding the way you were hoping? What does it do to you?
Well, the first thing that I thought is, well, how rude. Well, they're not.
Japanese people are supposed to be so polite.
I thought so.
What are they doing?
Or, you go like, maybe it's cultural. Maybe silence is good in Japan. But it wasn't silence. It wasn't like respectful silence. It was more like, oh, well, now we get to leave. And it was like this slow dawning, sinking feeling that it was just really horrible. I remember I went to the American opening night, and my son was like, I don't know, 12 years old at this time, so it was the perfect age for Dragon Ball. And we had been watching the anime together for years, and he and my daughter and I were all going out to see the film together on opening night. And he's running ahead of us, and I'm like, "Wait for us, son! Wait for us!" And he leads us into the theater, and it's packed. And it's all teenage boys and their younger brothers, their tween brothers, and it smells like body odor and hot dogs, and it's wonderful. I'm like, it's a hit. And we sit down, and this voice goes off inside me, and I think this is too good to be true. And I turn to the kid next to me, and I go, hey, excuse me, man, is this Dragon Ball? And he goes, what? And I go, is this Dragon Ball Evolution? He's like, no, man, this is Fast and Furious. Jesus, Dragon Ball.
You were in the wrong theater?
Yeah. So I get up, and I'm just thinking in my mind, oh, please just let there be a quarter of a house in the correct theater. Let there be at least a quarter of a house, because I'm in on 3-picture deal, and I have big plans for the rest of the movies in this. And we get into the actual theater, and there was 5 people, including the 3 of us, on opening night.
Were you horrified?
I was horrified. It was so embarrassing. I'm a dad, and I'm showing off for my kids.
Did your kid like it?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Isn't that
he was
important?
12, and his dad was he was playing piccolo, so that was good. But yeah, the best thing is that if people haven't seen it, I hope that stays that way. So
we've all done that. Go ahead. The point.
The point is that I was tired of catching guff at conventions for this film. And so when I got a chance to be on Dragon Ball Super, I was like, oh, okay, let's do this little trick, and let's put a fake name so that I can tell people, oh, just for conventions, I'm actually, Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super, and just for you, it's an apology for that film. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
like secret knowledge. Now, of course, everyone knows because
I just said it.
Thanks
but
a lot,
before
Mike.
that, they've known that. We've all done movies that we're not proud of. We've all done them. I did a movie. I've talked about this, called Rave Macbeth, and it was in a rave, and I was Macbeth.
Oh, no.
And you know what? At the halfway point, the Germans decided to do a screening of it for everyone, but they put music over it and Pink Floyd. It's a very sort of, I don't know, it's a very underground, kind of cool, weird film. And at the halfway point, my friends were there. They came and visited the set, and they were all like, this is dude, this is going to make you a star. This is unbelievable. The look of it, and then at the end of the movie, about a month later, the director called me. God rest his soul. He passed away. Klaus Knossel, I think his name was. Klaus says, Michael, how are you doing? I'm like, good, Klaus, what's going on? He goes, well, I don't have good news. I go, well, what was the news? He goes, we lost the sound. I go, where? Which scene? He goes, the entire movie. I go, what? It was just unusable. The sound, something happened. We have to do ADR. We have to loop the entire film, every actor, every character. And I go, my heart sank, and I go, I can't do this. And I had to go into a studio for 5 straight days as the lead for 7-8 hours a day and loop all my stuff to try and no matter what you do, people know. And I saw it, and it was, I had these guttural screams, and like, when you try to recreate that and it's ADR and it's over that, it just isn't.
There are people who are good at ADR.
I'm good.
I'm not one of them.
I'm okay.
I feel like what I'm trying to do when I'm filming is to give myself a real experience that the camera can document. Now, I don't always do that. Oftentimes, I'm kind of posing, trying to look cool, if I'm going to be honest. But what I'm trying to do is just forget all of that and just experience something with another actor and not be aware of what's happening. And then something real happens and the camera can actually get what it's hungry for, which is something real to photograph. Yeah. And how do you recreate that when you in a booth